thank you for listening to or watching our episode 8 of Holy Shiitake. We're back. We're late. We're like 38 minutes late.
Oh my God.
Uh,
38 limits. 38 minutes
I know, right?
late.
We had some little technical difficulties. We had microphones and headphones not working properly, so we couldn't hear or speak, which is pretty inconvenient for a podcast. You know, if we can't hear
Yeah.
anything. But
So we
anyway,
apologize for that.
yeah. If you are listening on Google Play, iTunes, or Spotify, or watching on YouTube, there is a chance I might be live right now on twitch.tv /fsanporte. If I am not live right now, you can give me a follow so you know when I go live next. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can give us a like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. That also helps us out quite a lot. All right, so today we're going to talk, first of all, hello, Jenny.
Hello, Floyd. It's been quite a long time. About 2 weeks or 3?
It's been what, 3 weeks? Yeah, about 3 weeks since the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been doing?
Well, I'm pretty busy, and school is almost over. We almost have 1 week to go, and the kids are gonna have their winter break.
Okay, all right, so pretty good. And how's the weather over there in Japan?
Well, it's getting colder every day. It's currently -4 degrees Celsius right now in Sapporo.
That's pretty cold. Ruth and Paul in the chat. Hello.
Yes, hello. So yeah, speaking of Paul, he has been waiting for us. So
I'm
thank you
sorry,
so
Paul.
much.
We're
Yeah, thank you so much, Paul, for being so patient. But yeah, we had quite some major technical difficulties.
we had a few technical difficulties, yeah.
So next time we're gonna have to prepare like 2 hours ahead.
All right, or maybe even 2 days ahead. We never know.
Exactly. Okay, if you want to share any comments and reactions, feel free to share them in the live chat. And today I'm going to share something.
Yes, all right. So that's one kind of a tradition we have, right? At the beginning of each episode, we have you try something a little different or something. I don't want to say weird, but something that maybe you find more easily in Japan, not quite as easily in the West. Something that we can find interesting. So what are you going to try today?
Actually, this is quite popular in the Philippines, and
Okay.
this has been my childhood drink. And I didn't know that it first came from Japan, but what the hell? So it's called Yakult.
Yakult. Okay. So I was planning on going out to the Asian supermarket there we have in Vancouver to try and grab some. And then I kind of forgot, and then I kind of run out of time, so I couldn't go get one. But next time I'll try to get the same thing as you do, so we can try it together.
Okay, so have you seen anything like this in that grocery store?
So what is it?
That's a good question. I think this is a yogurt drink.
Okay, so it's like liquid yogurt. Is it like Yup? Do you know Yup?
What is a yup? What's that?
All right, so all the kids from our generation will remember what Yup is. It's basically liquid yogurt in a bottle kind of thing.
Oh, it is. So
just drink it.
Maybe it is, but we call it Yakult, and it's also called Yakult in Japan.
Okay.
So it has been my favorite drink since I was 4, and this is very popular in the Philippines. I'm very happy because it's also available here in Japan.
Okay.
So I'm gonna drink it. Well, I'm very familiar with the taste anyway.
So it's nothing new to you.
It's nothing new to me, but it's as what I mentioned, it has been my childhood drink. So I'm very happy that I find this in the local supermarket. So I'm gonna take a sip. Okay. So I wouldn't say the taste is like milk. It's like, I would say fermented milk, if that's correct.
Fermented milk?
Because it's a bit sour, it's a bit salty. If you find this in your store, you gotta try it out.
All right, I will. Maybe.
I'm pretty surprised because I asked about this to my students, and some of the some of the teachers and the faculty, and some of them are not really familiar about this. So I'm pretty surprised.
Hmm. So I guess
But
not super popular in Japan, even though it exists
it's
there.
it does exist, but it's not as popular as how we drink it in the Philippines. Because
Oh,
so we usually drink this in the morning, like after breakfast. We
okay. It looks
we
like.
drink it.
Can you put it in front of the camera? It looks like it's very liquid.
It is very
It
liquid.
actually is liquid. Okay, so it's a little different because the thing I was talking about, which is kind of like liquid yogurt, is still like kind of viscous, right? It has that like creamy texture to it, kind of like
Yeah.
yogurt. This is
Oh,
actually a liquid drink.
the earlier one was a bit creamier, right? But this one
Mm,
is probably almost like juice.
okay, interesting. So it's
Yeah,
like
so yeah.
so it's a juice that tastes like fermented milk.
I guess that's the best description I can have.
Okay. Do they come in different flavors?
That's a good question. I only see one flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul in the chat says it's like milk juice.
Maybe.
All right, that doesn't sound very appetizing, but we'll go with that.
Maybe it wouldn't sound appetizing, or if you even try it, I don't think you would appreciate it, but we Filipinos love it.
All right, all
Right,
right.
Paul?
Let's I'm okay with that.
Okay, so would you like to start our topic for today?
Yes, today for episode 8, we are going to talk about Christmas in Japan. In case you couldn't tell, no,
Yes.
we're both wearing our nice Santa hats.
I
I'm wearing red like a Santa, even though I don't actually have a Santa outfit. But
I had a mistake in buying my Christmas hat. I bought the kid size.
you bought the kid size. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Mine is also pretty small.
So has Christmas started in Vancouver yet?
Yes, all right. Yes. So here in the West, I don't know if it's the same in Japan, but here in the West, we basically start Christmas the day after Halloween.
Oh, that's the exact day or time Japan does.
They do the same.
But Japan does the same. Like after New Year, New Year after Halloween, so that's December 1st. Yeah, Christmas just starts, and that's it.
No, no, like Halloween is October 31st. So like for us, it starts in
Oh, what?
November.
Oh my goodness, my brain is floating. I mean, November
Yeah, November 1st. Yeah, it's the same for us.
1st.
Like,
Yes, exactly.
like you can see, so we have like all the Halloween stuff all the way up to Halloween, right? And the morning after, you have all the Christmas lights up everywhere, Christmas music playing in the stores, and like all that stuff. You can start seeing Christmas decorations in stores in like August and September.
Yeah, it's the same thing it's the same thing in Japan. But guess when the Philippines starts Christmas?
Or in July.
That's too early, but
That's too early.
you
Okay.
got a good guess that it's very early. But yeah, give me a second guess.
Wait. Hold on. Christmas can officially start here when Burr month come in, like September.
Exactly. Yes, September. It starts in September.
I'm so good. I guessed it all by myself. It's definitely not Paul who just told me.
Oh my God, it was Paul who told you. Oh, okay. Yeah, so for as what I mentioned, Japan starts Christmas the same as how America
Okay.
starts Christmas. So on the 1st of November, they already start playing songs in malls, in public areas, in parks, in streets, or wherever.
Right. So like for us, there's a little bit of kind of it depends. In most places, they'll start playing
Mhm.
Christmas music and stuff like that right at the beginning of November.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to a lot of US-owned companies, they actually won't start playing Christmas music until after US Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like at the Starbucks, even though we had all the Christmas decorations up straight like on November 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't start playing Christmas until the end of November after US Thanksgiving was over. I guess because like they kind of go on this is a special holiday, right, in the US, having US
Hmm.
Thanksgiving, and so I guess no, they don't want to skip it because
Yeah.
it's so important over there with Black Friday and all that stuff. But like,
Hmm.
you can bet like. So Thanksgiving usually on a Thursday in the US, and you can bet on Friday morning, like the first thing you hear when you go in the US store is Christmas music. It's so annoying.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
It's so annoying, really?
it's so annoying, dude. When you work in retail,
Uh-huh.
when you've worked in retail for as long as I have, I've been like in that kind of industry for like a long time. I'm not gonna say how
Uh-huh.
long because I don't want to say how old I am, but um, and when you work like between 8 and 10 hours a day in a store, and all you hear for 10 hours is freaking Christmas music on repeat, you learn real quick to actually hate it,
Let me guess, Mariah Carey.
dude. It's like Mariah Carey. We got the Jingle Bells. We got the Rudolph. We
Oh
got
my god.
we got all of it, and the Santa baby and all that shit.
Santa baby.
I think we're not playing it this year actually because they realized that it's actually a dirty song and it doesn't really go well in the family-friendly environment. But whatever. And like one of the problems we had for a long time, it's changed a little bit, is that especially in a store like Starbucks, like a coffee shop, or
Hmm.
supermarkets and stuff like that, is that it's the same 5 or 6 songs
Oh wow.
that play on repeat in a loop, but different covers of them, right? It's just different version of them. So like
Oh my god.
so like in an hour you could have like 4 different versions of Jingle Bells. It's like, and when you work 10 hours in the store like this, like it drives you nuts. It's so
I'm
bad.
not surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start our topic. And just so you know, people, Christmas in Japan is not for families.
Christmas in Japan is not for families? What do you mean?
It's not, because it's actually for lovers.
Interesting.
Yeah, I never knew this until I came here myself. Cause I remember on the first yeah, on my first Christmas here in Japan, I was wondering why there are more couples going out and eating out more than families. And I
Hmm.
asked some of my Japanese friends and teachers, like, what is Christmas to you guys? I mean, like, don't you and your family go out and have dinner together, celebrate Christmas? And they're like, um, usually couples do that. So I was like surprised. I was like, why? And they were like, because Christmas is for lovers. And I was like, what?
That's interesting. I mean, like, I guess Christmas and stuff is not really, it's not a very Japanese thing in the first place, right?
It isn't.
It's really
Yeah.
something they took from the West, right? So I guess it kind of makes sense because I mean in the West here, and I'm guessing also in the Philippines, which is no
Mm-hmm.
more of a Christian country,
It
um,
is.
you have that kind of family aspect to it, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And but I'm guessing the way it came to Japan, through history and that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like a lot of stuff from the West, right? It has more of a maybe a marketing aspect to it,
I think so too.
which is why, right, like because it's not a traditional thing for Japan. I guess no, it's not really. That's why you don't really see the family aspect to it, probably.
Yeah. And in fact, Christmas is the Japanese version of Valentine's Day.
Interesting. So what do they do for Valentine's Day?
Oh, that we will talk about on Valentine's
All
Day.
right, stay tuned for our episode. Probably
Valentine's
like
Day.
like I want to say maybe 10 or 11 in February.
Yeah. And another thing about Christmas in Japan, it also means shopping as well as other parts of the world.
Okay.
So, like we do in the Philippines and we do in other countries, we buy presents for families, for friends, and of course for lovers. Shopping is also a thing in Japan because, as what Florence says, it's all about business.
Right, right. It's kind of the same here, to be honest. That's why you start seeing Christmas in November. It's just because it's all about selling all that stuff, right?
Yeah. And one of the things that I noticed here is that they all buy the same decorations
Really?
in the same shops. Like, most of the common places that we can buy Christmas decorations are in 100 yen shops.
Interesting.
And the funny thing about that is that all these shops have the same design of Christmas trees, of Christmas balls, of Christmas wreaths. They all have the same design.
So it's like they all buy it from the same place and just sell it everywhere.
Exactly.
That's
And the funny thing about
that's so
yeah,
very in a way when you think about it, that's so very Japanese, right? Everything
it
is like
is.
it's like so standardized that no matter where you go buy your shit, it's the same shit anyway.
Exactly. And the funny thing is that whenever I visit my friends, whether foreign friends or Japanese friends, and they celebrate Christmas and they hang out, like Christmas designs and decorations, we all have the same designs.
Wow,
I'm like, hey, that's my Christmas tree
that's
in
funny.
your room. And he's like, oh, well, everybody buys the same old shit.
That's funny. Everybody has the same Christmas tree and the same lights and everything.
Exactly. Oh, and by the way, do you know what they call Santa Claus in Japan?
I'm real scared. Okay, what's the name of Santa Claus in Japan?
Santa-san.
Santa San.
Meaning Mr. Santa.
Right.
Santa-san.
I shouldn't even be surprised. Like it sounds so obvious now you say it.
Well, I think one of the reasons is that the kids cannot pronounce claws.
I guess, yeah.
So, like if their parents say, "Oh, Santa Claus ni iku,"
Mm.
and then the kids were like, "Hmm." So Santa-san is, like it sounds easier, it
Right.
sounds more memorable to the kids.
Right.
So they change it from Santa Claus to Santa-san.
That's funny. Mr. Santa.
Mr. Santa. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
yeah, go
anything
ahead.
else?
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
So speaking of Christmas shopping, they have this unique tradition of selling stuff on the in the public streets. So they call it Japanese Christmas markets.
Okay, so we have those here. We also have Christmas markets here. I don't know if that's the same kind of stuff. Here it's mostly a lot of food, a bit of like artisanal stuff, like from like little vendors and stuff like that. Yeah, we have one in downtown Vancouver going on right now, actually.
Well, the funny thing about Japan is that it's not just an ordinary Christmas market. They usually call it a German Christmas market.
Why is it German?
Well, maybe you can show the picture.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how to explain this. In the Philippines, we call it a bazaar. Like a lot of people, they hold like big stores or like hundreds. We're talking about hundreds of stores.
All right.
To be held in covered courts, in schools, in malls. And a lot of business people are going to sell their handmade stuff, like bags and shoes and Filipino desserts and stuff like that. But in Japan, they have this certain arrangement of little German design houses that are actually stores. And they sell, and they sell a lot of German things. And I just don't understand, among all the things, why German? Why not American? Because Christmas came from America anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So that they specifically decorate their stores into German houses.
Interesting.
And they sell German products.
Okay.
Like wine, beer, and they also sell what do you call this? Hot wine.
Hot wine. I think we find that here too, actually, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's one thing. Shit, I can't remember how it's called. It's like some kind of cake. That's also from Germany, and it's like one of my favorite cakes ever. It's kind of like I don't know, a mix between a pound cake and a fruit cake. It's weird. And it's covered in like powdered sugar and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Some versions of it have like almond paste thing inside. Like I really really like that thing, and
Hmm.
that's the only time of the year you can find it. It's on Christmas, and a lot of the time from like that kind of little like German vendors as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, and another thing about Japan is what they call winter illuminations.
All right. We have. I got quite a few pictures of that actually.
Well, oh really?
Yeah.
I sent you a website of that.
Yes,
But if you have if you have some pictures, why not, right?
I do.
So
Actually, yep.
what are winter illuminations? Winter illuminations are just generally amazing display of lights in shopping malls, in restaurants, in parks, in streets, and public areas. So in the Philippines, Florent, in the Philippines, we like in America, we light up our houses
Right.
with Christmas lights on
Right.
trees, or we put it on our gates. Although it's not very common these days in the Philippines because we're trying to save money.
Right. Right.
Is it like that in Canada too?
Yes, it is actually the same here. A lot of people decorate their houses. I feel the last couple of years not as much as they used to. I'm not sure why. At least in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I remember a few years back, like all the houses in my street would just like be covered in lights. It would be pretty crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, people love doing that, and like decorating their houses and like their trees in front of the house and stuff like that. It's,
Yeah.
and then it just stays there until like mid-February because it's too lazy to take it down. Yeah,
It's the same in the Philippines.
I know.
So I my one of my theories why Japan made illuminations is that they don't really want to brag something about their houses, or they don't want to catch attention. I mean, Japanese culture, they try to be discreet as much as possible,
Right.
or they try to, tone down a bit. They
Hmm.
don't want to be loud. So, of course, they also want to celebrate the season.
Right.
So for people to equally, enjoy together, they put these very fancy lights in public areas, and they have a schedule in lighting them on, so people can go out and enjoy the lights, take pictures together.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. They look pretty cool though. Like I'm going through the website that you sent me earlier.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Just showing that on screen right now. There's some like really really cool stuff actually.
They are. And usually these winter illuminations are held in the big cities like
Right.
Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya, and we also have one here in Sapporo.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's that's pretty over the top.
What do you mean over the top?
Like it's so many lights. It's like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of lights everywhere.
So usually they're up from the 1st of December until the midweek of January, I guess.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Because any time to take them down, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because I put so many of them. It's like it must take forever to take them down. How long do you know how long they spend to actually install them? That must take a while.
I'm not sure, but I often watch on television, the news and all the announcements in Japanese TV. And
Right.
I think it only takes like a week for them to prepare
Wow. Okay. That's
the
pretty good.
lights. Yeah.
That's pretty good. It
Mhm.
must be pretty intense work during that time.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I like about these illumination is that you don't have to put on these lights on your own at home. Just go out, you
Yeah.
know?
Just go out and enjoy the ones that are out there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And yeah, and it's not just in one area. Like in Tokyo there are several areas, as what you've shown on the website,
Okay.
and it's like in some way it's like a contest that is not,
Right.
because like in every area they're trying their best to be one of the most beautiful illumination spots, so people can come there more often.
Okay.
And of course, like near these illumination spots are the German Christmas markets.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So earlier today, the intro video that we had, that is also one of the winter illuminations that we have here in Sapporo, and that is held in what we call the chocolate factory. Yes, it's literally a chocolate factory because that place is a tourist spot in Sapporo where the Royce brand chocolate is made.
Right.
Are you familiar of the Royce brand chocolate?
Not really, to be honest.
Yeah, so Royce is a Japanese brand of chocolate. One of them is Meiji, but Royce is like the upper class
Okay.
brand.
Is it spelled like the car?
Yeah,
Oh, I see it.
like Royce.
I see it in Google. I just typed Royce and Royce chocolate came up first.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So that's how popular it is.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Okay.
So we have this chocolate factory here in Sapporo, and I think it's because it's made in Hokkaido. I'm not pretty sure about that. I'll probably check that out later.
Yeah.
Yeah, every season we have a special event in this chocolate factory, but one of the biggest event is this winter illumination, because they all have these lights going on, and it's up until the mid of January.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What other things do what other things do you guys do for Christmas over there? There's a popular question I've heard a few times.
Okay.
So here in the West, Christmas is not only just a family thing, it's also an excuse to, have a lot of food and like hang out with friends and family and just like drink and all that stuff, right? Pretty typical party time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I heard that in Japan, it's not, because you just said earlier as well, it's not really a family thing.
It's not.
But one of the really, really popular things in Japan, which will seem really weird to some of us, is that instead of eating turkey or whatever at home, you guys go to KFC.
Oh, yes, we do. In fact, one of our listeners asked that on Facebook.
Right.
So it was May Miranda.
Yeah. Yuna. Hold on.
Is it May? Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, so she
Hold on.
asked if Japanese people really eat KFC and
Wait, my internet
Christmas?
is dropping.
Oh, no!
Oh, okay, we're back. Yes, it was Yuna. Her actual name is Yuna.
So she asked on Facebook if Japanese people really eat KFC on Christmas because it says on the internet. I would say not all, but some of them do.
But that's the thing, right?
Yeah, I think one of the reasons is because since turkey is rarely available in Japan, we do have turkey here, but it's not really a thing.
Okay.
So chicken is more popular for Japanese people. They rarely cook turkey, or
Okay.
nobody even recognizes turkey here. So they try to represent KFC. They try to represent KFC as their Christmas turkey.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how that started. I mean, I like KFC just as much as anybody else, but like it's not something I would think about for Christmas. Like, hey, it's Christmas time. Let's go for Christmas dinner. Let's just go to KFC. Like, seems weird to me, you know?
Yeah, so I hope I answered your question, May. So yes, they do. KFC is quite popular, but I would say it's not as popular as like 10 years ago.
Right. Okay.
Because there's just a lot of new food coming in Japan. a lot of stuff going on, so people just forget what they usually have
Right.
and
I
try
would
out new
say
things.
better food as well, because KFC is not necessarily the best kind of food.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but yeah, I don't like. I don't know. When I want like nice food, I don't think KFC right away.
Yeah, and aside from that, convenience stores actually prepare their own shit.
Yeah.
So they call it the Christmas cake. Japanese Christmas cake.
The Christmas cake. Oh wait, hold on. I have a picture of that.
Yeah, and I actually have a brochure for that.
Wow. You actually have a brochure for that.
Of course.
That's funny.
So for Japan, instead of the turkey, well, they have the KFC and they have this tiny little strawberry shortcake, and they call it their Japanese Christmas cakes.
Okay.
And in fact, most of the major convenience stores, they make like these advertising of Christmas cakes, like in these very cute, attractive designs,
Okay.
where people can just, you know, conveniently or comfortably go to the store and get a brochure like this.
That's funny.
Yeah, so this is from Family Mart. Family Mart is also popular in the Philippines. So this is a brochure of Family Mart, and you can see this is their one of their major
Okay.
Christmas cakes.
Looks nice
And-
though. They look like
Yeah,
very
it
nice
is.
cakes. Like
It's pretty cute, right?
my only concern is that they use a lot of strawberries because it's red and it's Christmas, I'm guessing. But we're also in the middle
Yeah.
of winter. So how good are those strawberries?
That is a good question for it, because they are not.
I was afraid you would say that.
They are pretty, but they're a bit sour.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question, Florent. So they have, of course, they have this popular strawberry shortcake version.
Right.
They have the chocolate version, and they also have the green tea version.
Of course they have a green tea version.
Yeah, and they also have an ice cream version for that.
Hmm.
And oh, the funny thing about convenience stores is that they have their own chicken.
Oh, I just find it so funny that chicken is a special thing for Christmas in Japan, and here we just eat it just whatever all the time.
Yeah, this is from a convenience store. You can see it says here, Fami Chiki.
That's funny. Make sure
Fami Chiki.
make sure you take pictures of that, and then we'll post it on our Facebook and Instagram for people
Oh
to see.
yeah. So for you to be able to buy one of these cute little yummy things, there's an application form at the back.
Okay.
And you're just gonna order. There is a code in each of the products, and yeah, you're just gonna write your name. Right, you're gonna write your name over there, and then the code of the product that you want to buy, and then you go to the cashier, and then you pay from there.
So wait. So you get in the store, and instead of going to whoever the person is there and be like, oh, okay, I want this one over there, you have to fill out the form and give the paper and be like, okay, please.
Yes, very Japanesey.
That's funny.
But don't get me wrong, there are some, like what do you call this? There are some legit pastry shops that you can actually buy Christmas cake normally, like how
Alright.
you do it in other countries.
Okay.
But the in thing is the convenience store Christmas cakes.
That's funny. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It would be like going to a store here and just picking up a cake from the freezer aisle in the
But it's not-
supermarket.
The thing is that you got to reserve.
You have to
'cause these-
reserve it.
You have to reserve the Christmas
So
cake.
that's why the form is there. So you fill out the form and then be like, okay, I'll come back tomorrow for my cake.
No, it's not like you come back tomorrow. Like there's a schedule when you will get it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so like say for example, Shingo and I ordered our own cake.
Right.
And we scheduled it on the 22nd of December because we're going to have Christmas lunch with one of our friends.
So wait. When did you do that?
What?
When did you go get your cake?
Oh, that was like 2 weeks ago.
So you went there 2 weeks ago to reserve a cake for a week from now. So 3 weeks ahead of time.
Not necessarily. It's probably because Shingo and I are, we're just busy buddies,
Yeah,
so
so
we
you
try
just
to do it
you
ahead.
just plan ahead, okay?
Yeah, but you can order like a day before, but you
Right.
cannot order on the day
On
itself.
the day. Okay, all right. Interesting.
Yeah. So some people might ask, how much is a Christmas cake? Right?
Probably expensive.
It is expensive. So to give you an idea, right? So this is funny. They call it Shingo to Christmas. Okay, so this ichigo and pudding. So ichigo means strawberry. So
Right.
strawberry and pudding flavored cake costs around 2,760 yen.
So that's
That
what
is
that's what, 20 bucks?
20 to 30 bucks.
That's not that bad.
Are you sure? In the Philippines, this is freaking expensive.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you compare to the Philippines, but the cost of living in the Philippines is not quite the same.
But okay, you have to guess how big this cake is.
I don't know, how big is it?
Probably a bit bigger than my hand. Like just this
Okay,
tiny.
that's pretty small. That's pretty small.
Yeah, because if you're wondering like if the cake is like this big, no it's not, my friend. It's tiny.
So like it's basically just a little thing to like share between two people, which no goes in line
2
with
to 4 people.
2 to 4 people. I mean, Japanese people are pretty small, I guess, but
And they don't eat a lot. I mean, come on. Well, wait. They eat a lot, but they eat in really small
right,
portions. I
right.
mean, come on, Japan. Japan is always small. Everything is small in Japan.
You're the one who said it.
What are you thinking?
Nothing.
At least there's something big in there.
All right.
The celebrations and the eliminations
That-
are
that's,
big.
That's true. That's true. Some people would say it's compensating for other things, but
Okay. Okay. So before we move on to our next, thing about Christmas in Japan, I just would like to announce something. So Holy Shiitake is now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Please like us on Facebook and search for Holy Shiitake podcast. So we're talking about SHIIT. Okay, we're talking about double I. Okay,
Right.
don't forget that.
like the shiitake mushroom.
Exactly. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Just type at Shiitake Podcast. You can watch our videos on YouTube as well. So please subscribe and enjoy all episodes of Holy Shiitake.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Before we move on, I got a couple of things in the chat. So Paul is talking about Noche Buena. They have.
Oh, yes.
You guys have in the Philippines, I guess.
Yeah, so Noche Buena. Noche means night.
Right.
Buena probably is,
Good.
it's not feast, but I don't remember what Buena is, but probably
Isn't it like nice or
dinner.
good?
Oh yeah.
Like a
good night. Exactly. Yeah, good night. So this is like usually we celebrate it on Christmas Eve. So I think I would say it is the Thanksgiving of the Philippines because we eat a lot on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Yeah, and instead of the Christmas cake and the chicken, we usually prepare spaghetti and roast. Well, wait, hold on. We do prepare chicken. But one of the major things that we also prepare is the huge roast pig,
Okay.
and we call it lechon.
Mm-hmm.
So this lechon is like it's a whole pig, usually the juvenile pig, and it is roasted on fire. And usually the rich people buy this and they celebrate at their homes because roast pig in the Philippines is quite expensive. So not every houses have this.
Yeah, I would imagine that, like buying a whole Like a whole pig?
Yeah,
Must be pretty expensive, yeah. Sounds good
it is,
though.
and it's tasty.
Not gonna
It
lie,
is.
yeah.
It is.
Sounds pretty good.
It
Not gonna
is.
lie. I got another question from Zio in the
Uh-huh.
chat.
Okay.
He's saying over here in the States for Christmas and even Thanksgiving, we eat prime rib. And
What is that?
it's like ribs, usually pork or beef.
Oh.
And he's saying he's been watching videos about how Wagyu beef is cooked and served.
Mm-hmm.
And he's wondering if that's a thing that is pretty common for the holidays in Japan for
Not
Christmas.
not necessarily, but they do have this thing called osechi.
Okay.
Osechi is another thing, but they usually celebrate it in January or in the New Year. This is like their New Year food. But these
Mm.
days, I was pretty surprised because some people already eat osechi during Christmas. So osechi is like a grand bento, or like
Okay.
a yeah, it's like a special bento of
Right.
like a variety of foods like seafood, sushi, and anything that belongs to kaiseki. So kaiseki is like a high class cuisine of Japanese foods.
Right.
So yeah, sometimes they put wagyu in there,
Okay.
but it's more common to eat osechi
Mm.
during Christmas. Yeah.
I see that. I pull up a website
Mm-hmm.
where they're showing
Osechi.
osechi, yeah, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
what's inside and how it's made. It's pretty cool. Looks really good.
It is.
Like,
It is.
because apparently from what it looks like, it's like layered, right? You have several layers in a
Yeah.
box itself,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a thing you like actually share with everybody around you, right? It's not something you
Yeah.
eat by yourself. It's not like kind of
Mm-hmm.
like it's not the kind of bento box you take to school, you take to work for your lunch.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's like a bigger version of that.
Okay.
But surprisingly, one box of osechi cost around $150.
Okay. That's pretty expensive.
It is expensive.
Okay.
I think one of the reasons is because they put like the best ingredients in there,
Right.
such as the seafood and the wagyu beef,
Mm.
and like rare ingredients that they put in the box.
Right. Because I mean it is a special occasion, right? So I guess you want to go all
Yeah.
out kind of thing.
I think another one of the things that they pay there is the box itself.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um Yeah, Zero said is going to look at this website up. I will put all the links to the websites we've been using today in the description on the video on YouTube, and I will also make
Mm-hmm.
a post on the group page on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
after the podcast to kind of summarize all of that, and I will post the links there a bit later tonight as well. If you guys want to look at it, look at all the stuff
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we have next?
So we have the last one, which is visiting Tokyo Disneyland.
Tokyo Disneyland.
Oh yeah. I have never done that though.
All right, so let's go look at Japanese Mickey.
Japanese Mickey.
Do I have a website for that?
Oh, well, they
let's
do have an
see.
they what's wrong with my lips right now? I can't really speak properly.
All right, okay, hold on. I actually have a website for Christmas at Tokyo Disneyland.
Can you imagine Mickey speaking in Japanese?
That must be.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa, minasan! Christmas omedetou desu!
Oh, that must be funny.
That sounds like a creepy Mickey, in my opinion.
A little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, so Tokyo Disneyland is a thing, and usually, now this is a family thing,
Right.
of course.
That makes sense. I mean, it is Disneyland, right? So.
Yeah, it's both for families and lovers, because as we all know, everybody loves Disney.
Yeah.
No matter what age you are, you just love it. It's just
That's
amazing.
that's the thing, right? And especially like a place like Disneyland, like it's not geared towards just kids or like just families, right? So really, so anybody can just
Yeah,
go there and enjoy and have fun, right? It's a
yeah,
very it's a family friendly environment, but for everybody.
it is. It is. Do you usually do this in Vancouver, in Canada too? Like you guys go to a theme park on Christmas?
Not really,
Oh, so it probably must be an Asian thing because we have that in the Philippines as well.
I guess. I mean, like people here just go to Disneyland and stuff like all year long. Like it doesn't really matter. There's no special occasion for it. I know they do. They do decorate Disneylands and stuff like that for Christmas to
Mm-hmm.
make it look Christmassy, obviously. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but so maybe some people go there, but yeah, like in the people I know around me, like I've never seen anybody go like, oh yeah, I'm going to Disneyland for Christmas. Like that's not really a thing I've seen around here. Um,
Yeah.
but
Well,
people
in Japan,
but here
yeah.
people go to Disneyland all the time. I know someone who actually has um, a lifetime pass to Disneyland,
What?
and I think it's the one in Florida or whatever. I think it is the one in Florida. Um,
Mm-hmm.
she paid like 20 grand for it.
What? That's funny.
Right? She paid 20 grand for it, but because of that, she can literally go anytime she wants.
So, are you talking about all places, all Disneylands in the entire America, in the entire
Yeah,
states?
yeah, she can go to any of the Disneylands in the States
What?
because she bought that lifetime pass.
Oh
So,
my God.
like, usually every time she takes a week of vacations, she just goes there. Because
Oh wow.
the only thing she has to pay for is just to travel.
Well, in Japan, well, a lot of people also go to Tokyo Disneyland and the other one, Universal Studios.
Right.
It's of course it's crowded like all year round, but I would not be surprised that everybody just goes there on
Hmm.
Christmas. And it's a thing too in the Philippines. So we have our own theme park, and we have two popular theme parks. One of them is called Enchanted Kingdom.
Okay, so it's the cheap version of Disneyland.
The cheap version of this.
It's like that.
Oh, our mascot is a magician.
Wow, it's a discount version of Disneyland
Discount version.
with a magician.
And we also have another thing called Star City.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it got burned this year. I don't
Oh
know why.
no!
Yeah, for some reason, the theme park got burned.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but that's another story,
Okay.
though. There must be some political, issues going
I
on around there.
I wouldn't even be surprised to be honest. But but yeah, that's a different topic. We're trying to be positive tonight,
We're trying to be Christmassy tonight.
right?
So yeah, I guess that's all for this episode on Christmas in Japan.
Yeah, I mean it's like what I'm taking away from that is that no, there are some differences obviously because it is Japan and they like doing things differently.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about many times before, it's a matter of culture, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
but interestingly enough, and maybe it's because of the westernization that is going on over there, that has been going on for a while, and especially with a holiday like Christmas,
Yeah.
like it doesn't feel so different than what I know personally
Yeah, it's a bit similar. Yeah.
from Europe and from here in North America. It's a lot of lights everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
people going out and eating a bunch of food,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and that's pretty much it. And just buying a crap load of gifts and chocolate and stuff like that. It seems
Yeah.
pretty typical.
The idea is there. It just has a different version in a way to make them feel like, oh, this is our style.
Right, right. I mean,
Yeah.
with it's the same with pretty much anything they do, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of feel the Japanese way of doing things, right? Where everything is
Mm-hmm.
like so organized and so standardized.
That everybody must be
Right?
equally the same.
Like especially with all the decorations and stuff like that, right?
Oh, and speaking of which, I have to tell you as well that so I had been a teacher for elementary and nursery
Okay.
schools back in my place in the countryside. And every Christmas, we foreign teachers have to dress up as Santa-san,
Okay.
and we have to pretend that we are not the teachers. We are Santa-san.
That's funny, but it's like, where's your beard?
No, I have a costume, right?
Okay, so you have like the full-on costume with like the fake beard and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, the fake beard. I have the fake beard. I have the
And
wig.
it's like, no, 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 I'm not Jenny-san. I am Santa-san.
No, this is a funny thing because Santa is he's a big guy, a fat guy,
Yeah.
and I'm very skinny. So what I do is I buy like a big version of like of the Santa suit,
Right.
and I put a lot of layers of shirt inside, and I have to put some cotton in there. But the funny thing is that my head is so small. I feel
So
like
like you have a small hand and like a big body like that.
I'm Baymax.
You're like a mix between Baymax and the Michelin Man.
Santa Baymax.
Santa Baymax. That's funny.
So the tradition is like the kids are going to do a countdown like 10, 9, 8 until 1. And they're going to call for Santa Claus. I mean, Santa-san.
That's funny.
3 times. And we have to come out from the stage and we're going to be like, hello, everybody. And we have to speak in English because it's an English class. And the kids are going to be like staring at me. Some of them are afraid. They're like, who the hell is that?
I mean, I would be afraid too.
And then some of the kids were like looking at me in the eye. So, I take away that makeup over there. I need to take that off. And I need to wear these thick glasses so they wouldn't recognize. But some smart kids are actually looking at me like that. And they're like, Jennifer Sensei. And I'm like, no, Santa-san. And I have to change my voice, like, oh, no, Santa-san. Like
That's
that. But
funny.
it's terrible.
That's pretty funny. And how old for those kids?
Usually 4 or 5.
Okay, so like really, really young, right?
They're really, really young, yeah. And yeah, our job is to, be funny and to say ho, ho, ho.
Right.
Merry Christmas. And then we're going to give them these gifts that the teachers actually, wrapped for the kids.
Okay.
And our job is to distribute to all the kids.
So your job is to basically be Santa-san.
Yeah. And in return, these kids are going to dance for me.
Wow.
Yeah. They're going to, they're going to make this dance number and I'm going to watch. And of course, I'm going to dance with them too.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, well done. You've been a good kid.
Yeah.
Here's a gift.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how it goes.
That's funny.
Yeah. So anything else you'd like to ask?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah. It's quite a short.
It was a short one.
Podcast today.
We started late, so we kind of started it a bit rushing because we're trying to catch up.
Yeah.
But it is a holiday season. People are busy and getting ready for Christmas and stuff. So we thought we would try and make a shorter one today. Do we have any idea for next episode? Do we know what it's going to be?
Well, I'm not going to tell it, but we're definitely going to have our next episode in January.
In January, right. Do we have a date or not yet?
Not yet. I'm
right.
probably not sure, so, because I'm going to have a date. Come on.
Oh, right. Okay. I understand. But to keep updated, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those things, Holy Shiitake or Holy Shiitake podcast. We're pretty easy to find. And you can get updates from there. We will keep you updated, obviously, about next episode when we're coming back. We're going to be posting a few things as well until then. I'm going to be posting the video of this episode a bit later this week. I'm gonna post the links to all the websites about Christmas in Japan, so you guys can kind of see the photos and stuff. And yeah, anything else you wanted to add?
I have a question.
Yes.
What is one weird present you received on a Christmas day?
One weird present I received on Christmas Day.
Or one weird present that you sent to a person? Oh. Mm.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not like Yeah, I'm kind of boring with my presents. Usually
Oh my god.
I just ask people what they want and then they give me a choice. I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to get you this thing." Like
Okay.
I'm not very good with surprises, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you? Did you get anything weird in your life?
Not really. The common things like bags, well, socks,
Okay, okay. Yeah.
like coats and that. I did give Shingo a weird gift last Christmas.
Okay. Define weird gift. What
A
was it?
foot massage.
A
A foot massager.
Oh, wait, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sent me videos of that.
Yeah, it's the wooden thing.
Right? Yeah. That looks cool though.
It's a manual. It's made of wood, and
Yeah.
there's some rollers on
And
it.
you just like roll your feet on it.
Yeah, you just roll your feet like that, and it feels great.
I want one of those things.
Didn't you buy one?
I did
They're
not.
available on
I was
they're available on Amazon.
I think I was talking about getting one, but I never did.
Oh my goodness,
I never
Florin.
did.
What?
Yeah. Paul is saying in the chat, Jenny, remember
Mhm.
the photo frame?
Photo frame. I'm sorry, Paul, I don't. What about a photo frame?
I don't know. Paul is laughing very hard right now, apparently, about it.
Photo frame. I don't remember. Damn. Is that in the Philippines? I'm not sure, Paul. I don't really remember. Photo frame. What the hell is that? Oh, he wants to say photo frames are like a very common gift to receive in the Philippines.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I mean, no, if it's a common thing, it's not really weird. I mean,
It's not weird, but it's funny for us.
Okay.
It's funny because it's one of the cheapest thing that you can receive on Christmas Day. And because photo frames are like so common everywhere, like people who are rushing or are really lazy to buy Christmas gifts,
it's like, here's
they
your
just
photo frame.
yeah, they just end up buying photo frames.
That's funny. He says from Vernon, Capcom Christmas party.
Oh, yeah, the Capcom Christmas party. So we have this group, right? So we call it Capcom team, and it's like a what? A number of gamers
Okay.
who gather together and play video games. So we started as a group, as you know, like we met each other at some arcades. We played together, and then we created a group called Capcom Team, and we do cosplays, we do tournaments like that. And every Christmas, we gather together and we have Christmas parties, and we also exchange gifts.
Okay.
Yeah. And some of them receive some photo frames.
That's funny. Paul says it's the last thing you'd buy if you can't think of anything.
Exactly.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Here, it would be the same with like gift cards.
Oh, okay.
I guess here gift cards is the photo frame kind of thing.
Oh, really?
It's like,
not the socks?
It's like, no, not even the socks, because
Really?
like for a lot of people, gift cards are like more convenient because it's like, okay, I don't know what the hell to buy for you for that person.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna get her like a $20 gift card to that store, and they can just buy whatever they want.
Oh, wow.
Right. So instead of actually buying something that the person might not like, it's like, okay, there you go. Like, I don't know what you like, just buy whatever you like. Is a card for it.
It's the same thing in Japan. We also have these discount cards, like gift certificates.
Right.
And the common products we have, or the common cards we have, are Amazon, Netflix, and what else?
Yeah,
Line.
we have those here too.
Yeah, all the online shopping thing.
Right, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we have a lot like Amazon, Best Buy, like all those stores. For the gamers, you have like the Steam cards and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, that's it for today.
Uh-huh.
All right, I think we're good. If you are listening to us on Google Play, iTunes, or Spotify, or watching us on YouTube, thanks for being here. It was nice of you. You can give us a follow, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps us all out. And yeah, thanks for being here. And we'll see you all on the next one. Bye.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye.